Welcome back, everyone. Today we're just talking about Proverbs 3. I may have talked about this in the past, but I was just reading it tonight and it made me tear up a little bit. I just want to help anyone that needs understanding and how to acquire wisdom that is kind of just stuck in a rut right now, just existing, not knowing how to just understand what's going on spiritually and what's going on in your circumstances and everything. We're doing Proverbs 2. Alright. This is how you understand. This is how you gain understanding and wisdom. Proverbs 2, we're going to read the whole chapter. My son, if you accept my words and store up my commands within you, indeed, if you call out for insight and cry aloud for understanding, and if you look for it as for silver and search for it as for hidden treasure, then you will understand the fear of the Lord and find knowledge of God, and find the knowledge of God. For the Lord gives wisdom. From his mouth come knowledge and understanding. He holds success in store for the upright. He is a shield to those whose walk is blameless. For he guards the course of the just and protects the way of his faithful ones. Then you will understand what is right and just and fair, every good path, for wisdom will enter your heart, and knowledge will be pleasant to your soul. My son, if you accept my words and store up my commands within you, indeed, if you call out for insight. The way to gain understanding is calling out for insight, knowing that we can't get wisdom and understanding on our own terms and through our own knowledge. We have to call out. We have to be humble enough, lay down our pride, lay down what we think we know is right and what the way that we were raised to be, and we have to call out for insight. My son, if you call out for insight, indeed, if you call out for insight and cry aloud for understanding, and if you look for it as for silver and search for it as hidden treasure, then you will understand the fear of the Lord and find the knowledge of God. For the Lord gives wisdom. We have to seek him. You know that Bible verse, seek and you will find, knock and the door will be open unto you. We have to look for understanding. We can't gain understanding by sitting collecting dust like a detective. A detective can't do his job. He can't gain knowledge of the case that he was given. He can't gain knowledge if he just sits and collects dust. He has to look for it. He has to look for the signs. He has to investigate. So for the same thing for us, if we want understanding and wisdom, we have to call out for insight. And then after we call out for insight, we have to look for it. We have to seek it and search for it as hidden treasure. You can't give up on it. Hidden treasure is treasure for a reason. You know, in those kid shows that we used to watch, there'd be like a map and X marks a spot, and then you know the people following the map had to like follow and go throughout the obstacles that they were faced with to get to that treasure. It's treasure for a reason. You know, you can't just acquire it. Hidden treasure, the TV shows we used to watch, hidden treasure was something that you had to seek. You had to seek it. You had to follow the clues. It wasn't just given to you. So for us, we have to search for understanding as if it is hidden treasure. It's a privilege. It's an honor to have understanding from God. It's a heart posture when you seek understanding. And that's what he's all about. He's all about your heart posture. Will you seek understanding? Will you call out for insight? Or are you just going to allow yourself to decay as the world crushes you and is crashing all around you with chaos? It's a heart posture. When you call out to him, when you seek the treasure, when you seek understanding as if it's treasure, it just shows him that you desire him and you're desperate for him, and that you're desperate for the truth and desperate to gain knowledge and wisdom, because that means you care. And it's talking about like the word, you know, like to gain understanding in here, but you know, also just the chaotic stuff that life throws at us. Even then, will we call out to him for insight? Like, God, why? Why am I going through this right now? And then after you have that prayer with him, that alone time with him, you have to seek. You have to seek for that understanding as if it's hidden treasure. Because then you will understand the fear of the Lord and find knowledge of God. For the Lord gives the wisdom. From his mouth come knowledge and understanding. He holds success in store for the upright. He's a shield to those whose walk is blameless, for he guards the course of the just and protects the way of his faithful ones. Then you will understand what is right and just and fair, every good path. For wisdom will enter your heart, and knowledge will will be pleasant to your soul. Discretion will protect you, and understanding will guard you. The discretion of what you know will protect you. The discretion of what you know will protect you in the sinful world. And understanding will guard you. Discretion of what you know will protect you. The discretion that you get and the knowledge of the Lord will protect you. And the understanding of it will guard you. God's truth protects you. But when you understand it, we have this newfound knowledge that guards you from the brokenness of the world, or the sins of the world. Wisdom will save you from the ways of wicked men, from men whose words are perverse, who have left the straight path to walk in dark ways, who delight in doing wrong and rejoice in the perverseness of evil, whose paths are crooked and who are devious in their ways. Wisdom will save you also from the adulterous woman, from the wayward woman with her seductive words, who has left the partner of her youth and ignored the covenant she made before God. Surely her house leads down to death, and her paths to the spirit of the dead. None who go to her return or attain the paths of life. And that's not saying, you're gonna the adulterous woman is gonna go kill you. But it's the corruption of her spirit. Anyone here been through a bad relationship and it crushed your spirit? Anyone here have not the best relationship with your parents and it's crushed your spirit? Anyone here ever come in contact with someone? Anyone here come in contact with someone who didn't have the best morals? And you were the one person that was trying to keep your morals in check, trying to live a righteous life. Now, also, who of you have been through that and your spirit felt crushed being around that, allowing yourself to be in that? It's your spirit that will die. If you allow the company of Jezebel, and you let the company of all these demons and the wickedness that they are portraying throughout other people's lives, which is pouring into your life, if you allow that, it's going to make your spirit, it's going to tear your spirit apart. It's going to tear the life that you have in you, which comes from Jesus. Because rather than fixing your eyes on Jesus, you're fixing your eyes on these people and the situation and the demons that are living throughout them, and you're surrounding yourself by them. And then that is when you become dead. Surely the adulterous woman, surely her house leads down to death. She will invite you in, and you will leave even more sabotaged and more broken and more hurt and more anxious and more, your spirit just becomes heavy. Surely her house leads down to death, and her paths to the spirit of the dead. None who go to her return or attain the paths of life. When you go to her, when you go to the adulterous woman, you don't return the same way. You may have left leading to her house. You were just this happy you're either this happy kid or this happy man, full of life, full of favor. But none who go to her return or attain the paths of life. When you surround yourself in the adulterous woman, when you surround yourself with the Jezebel spirit, the spirit within you doesn't attain life. It's crushed, because the adulterous woman, when you step into her house leads down to death. Verse 20. Thus you will walk in the ways of the good and keep to the paths of the righteous. For the upright will live in the land, and the blameless will remain in it. But the wicked will be cut off from the land, and the unfaithful will be torn from it. Surely her house leads down to death, and her paths to the spirit of the dead. None who go to her return or attain the paths of life. Thus you will walk in the ways of the good, and keep to the paths of the righteous. For the upright will live in the land, and the blameless will remain in it. But the wicked will be cut off from the land, and the unfaithful will be torn from it. The righteous. When you have the Spirit of God, and you are put in these situations, if you have the Spirit of God, and When you have the Spirit of God, you can walk in the conditions of the storm. You can walk where demons are because they tremble at the name of Jesus. So for the righteous, for the upright will live in the land, and the blameless will remain in it. But the wicked ones will be cut off from the land, and the unfaithful will be torn from it. The unfaithful will be torn from it because of the environments you're stepping in. You will be torn from it because you don't know life. You don't have life within you. You don't have the life within you. You don't have Jesus within you. So the unfaithful will be torn from the environments they are around. But the righteous, for the upright, will live in the land, and the blameless will remain in it.